Hello guys, it's RagingRaptor here, and today we'll have a look about the M56 Scorpion. Basically a tank which was already announced, but they changed it from a tier 8 TD to a tier 7 one. But what does this mean? Of course, the M56 Scorpion is a tier 7 American TD, which has now 820 hit points. As a tier 8, it had 1050. The weight of course didn't change, of 7.1 tons, and engine power as well. It's still 200 horsepower. And the power to weight ratio for this little machine is simply amazing, of 28 HP per ton. For that, the maximum speed isn't that high. I think it should be, if it would be higher, this tank would be so freaking fast. It only has 45 frontal top speed and 12 kilometers backwards. For that, the terrain resistance isn't that good. It's 1, 1.2 and 1.7. On soft grounds it is better than on other tanks, but on medium and hard ground it's not that good. For that, the hull traverse is fairly high, of 40 degrees per second compared to the 34 of the tier 8 version. In return, they nerfed the view range from 380 meters to from 400 meters to 380 meters. Still, for a tier 7 tank, this is really good. But yeah, let's move on to the armor of this little tank. All around it has 1 millimeter. Yes, this tank has stats-wise 1 millimeter armor, or basically 0. Well, this means if anyone rams this tank, it's close of falling apart. If anyone is shooting HE, it will get so much damage, or they will instantly one-shot this little machine. But I think you guys get what this tank is. It's a glass cannon, of course, but it is a fairly good one, because now we get to the gun. And this is why this tank will mostly not have special matchmaking. It's a 90mm gun with 219 penetration, and damn. If you see now this, it's simply amazing. The damage is 240, of course. For a tier 7 tank this is not that high, especially for a TD, but the DPM is 1900 point damage per minute. This is amazing. The reload time is also 7.4 seconds, and you can even get it better with tank gun rammer and brothers in arms. Of course, the ventilation is for an open vehicle not necessary. But you can, the gun is something outstanding. It's with something which you don't have a thing to compare at the moment. Well, because the American TDs like T28 prototype or the T25-2 doesn't have a gun which a 90mm gun with that high amount of penetration. So basically this little machine is definitely unique. I'm still searching for a tank which has roughly the same damage and penetration to have something to compare it with. And I think I found something which is roughly the same. This is the AMX AC MLE 46 tier 7 TD. It has the 90mm AC DCA 45 gun, which has as well 240 damage and 212 penetration. The rate of fire of the AMX's gun is 8.7. So yeah, it's higher, because this tank only has 8. For that it has more penetration, and I think it has a perfect camouflage. In return, the accuracy was nerfed from 0.28, which would be the most accurate gun in the game, to 0.32, which is for a tier 7 tank extremely good. It's Panther Niveau, and the Panther has normally a really good gun. As well as the aim time was buffed from 2.1 seconds, 2.0. 2.01 seconds to 1.92. Well, I think this is also fairly good, and I think the best thing about this little gun is the depression and the traverse angle. It's 60 degrees is the traverse angle and -10 the gun depression. So basically you have a glass cannon with fairly good view range with binoculars close to the max range. A gun which is accurate, punches and has penetration with 30 degrees each side traverse, 40 degrees traverse of the hole, and -10 gun depression. This is simply amazing. This -10 gun depression, this is so much. Especially this tank doesn't look high. But anyway, in my opinion, this tank extremely improved from the tier 8 version, and I'm really looking forward to this tank when it comes probably out in 9.6. And yes, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, make a comment with suggestions, and of course, subscribe for the latest news about World of Tanks, especially in the situations where new tanks are tested in a super test. And as always, see ya on the battlefield.